Yeah.
Good morning.
Afternoon and evening. Mm-hmm. Depending on where you're coming from.
We don't care. This is your whole day.
Yep. You've been waiting around for us all day. And we've been waiting around for you all day. So nice of you to finally get here.
Does that make us all like collective losers together? Or does that make us awesome?
Makes us friends.
Friends.
I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So before we get into it, any crazy, technically wrong bullshit with any of our audio, video, or anything else, we're expecting something to be wrong because it just wouldn't be one of our shows without some technical difficulties. So anything we need to know about off the bat here?
I mean, we are using the regular Open Broadcaster instead of the Streamlabs chew your CPU to shreds Open Broadcaster.
Yeah. So if everyone thinks it's okay.
Audio sounds fine. Everything seems good.
Yeah. Suspiciously good. Let's go.
Should we?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, if it sounds suspiciously good.
I want to wait till 15 people before we hit the intro.
No.
I'm just going to sit here and wait.
We're just going to make you watch.
15 people before we hit the Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's just jump right into it. We got a few things to start off with here. The first thing we're going to talk about is Satan.
Like always,
the first item on the list.
The first item on the list is talking about Satan.
So
just like always. Hi.
So welcome everybody. We're going to talk about Satan now.
Welcome to the show. Time to talk about Satan. More importantly, Baphomet. Let's talk about Baphomet specifically.
Baphomet, or how'd you say it?
Baphomet.
Bath of Met or something.
Yeah. Baphomet?
Baphomet. Yeah.
Baphomet. Yeah.
This is just kind of a funny thing here. The Satanic Temple here, which does not, they don't actually believe in Satan.
Nope.
And if anybody's wondering, I'm not a Satanist. I don't believe in Satan either.
Mm-hmm.
I just think this is a little bit of fun. So we're going to start with a little bit of fun here.
Yeah. Because Arkansas.
Yeah, so Arkansas, they put up a statue of the Ten Commandments, right?
Do we need desktop on?
No,
Okay.
I turned it
All
off.
right.
So everyone's kind of going crazy about this. How is it in Europe, people in Europe? Do you guys have to worry about this stuff? Do people put up statues of the Ten Commandments or statues or whatever?
Yeah, in front of their government buildings. Yeah.
So anyway, the Church of the Temple of Satan, which is different than than just regular Satanists, the Temple of Satan, or the Satanic Temple, I'm sorry. They showed up with an 8-foot-tall statue of Baphomet. And people are freaking out.
I love the statue, though, because it's like, there's two kids. Like, yeah, there's just two kids being like, Uncle Baphomet, tell us a story. Like...
But yeah, people are...
So there I was,
okay, I'm
ripping apart people and having their blood strewn about the plains.
They're all really cool. I mean, like, this guy's wearing armor, so of course they're going to show him so they could be like, look at this nut job in armor. But he's actually pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, oh,
that's Maleficent.
Exactly. Like, get her on camera quickly. But, you know, they talked to some of the Christian people there in Arkansas, and I'm going to say something that I didn't expect I was going to say. Some of those guys are pretty cordial and cool and said, like, even though he doesn't like the other religion, he thinks that everyone should have freedom of speech and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, cool. Why not?
I feel like
I don't know about her.
Maybe religious people aren't as annoying in Europe. Feels like it hasn't been that way since the Crusades or something.
I'm not sure we need Crusades, but yeah, this dude right here was like really chill about everything. All right, I think we're done talking about Satan. Do you think we're done?
I guess. Are we ever really done talking about Satan, though?
This guy right here. What did he call it? He called it a...
Oh, they'll just leave.
He called it like a joke or something like that?
Yeah, they say that the church, or that the Satanic
Temple.
The Satanic Temple. The Satanic Temple is a satirical organization. Lol, Satan.
So that's what the lawmakers are saying, and that's kind of...
let's see.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Dread Zero says, I can't speak for Europe, but generally in the UK, no one gives a flying smeg about anything as long as it's not significantly ugly.
No, you have to do that in like a British accent. They only give a smeg if it's terrifying.
As long as it's not significantly ugly.
It's only moderately ugly. We'll just keep walking.
Yes.
Yes.
I wish Portland would take that advice. Like, so we have this art tax in Portland, and I'm on camera saying it right now.
No beer.
I refuse to pay my art tax in Portland because every single time the ugliest fucking piece of art comes up in Portland, and all of a sudden there's like blobby things on 5th and Davis that are supposed to be like nematodes or something, and there's just like random statues to like some bullshit. Just
It's like, is that paper mache or a wad of vomit?
Yeah, like there's one over by one of the bridges that is just like pipes, and some of them are going vertically and some of them are going horizontally, so it just looks like an unfinished building.
You're driving by thinking like, I could have free health care.
Yeah.
My taxes went to this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's get down to some video game talk.
I mean, you can refuse to pay whatever you want. It doesn't always work out well.
Well, you can refuse to pay, but then like they keep sending you letters in the mail being like, "Oh, by the way, it used to be 50, now it's 75, now it's 100." So I mean, I don't know what do they do if after like a couple of years if you haven't paid your
Are they going to
tax?
send some artists after me?
Like, some guy's going to show up at your door and he's going to paint the door open.
Yeah.
And then you're going to come home and slam into the door because you're going to think
He's
it's open.
going to Wile E. Coyote me.
He's
Damn
totally.
it.
You're going to get home and just right into the door like, I thought it was open. And then the guy's going to stick his head out of the bushes. Pay your art tax. Yeah. Video game talk.
Video game talk. Yeah, let's talk about video games.
So Fallout 76 has a pretty interesting anti-griefing method, and they've actually, Todd Howard got up on stage at QuakeCon and talked a little bit more, I guess, in depth about what they're going to be doing with the griefing system. So let's see if we can break it down here for you. You guys can read in here. But he says they turn the assholes into interesting content. So if you're a player and you initiate a fight, he said that the first blow in the fight is very low damage. It's like a smack.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of decide whether or not you want to engage, which...
Like, sir, I challenge you to a duel.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about that, because that the whole idea of laying in wait with a sniper rifle and then hitting someone in the head, and then it's the first blow between you two.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't do any damage. It's like,
You're like, ow, what was that? Ah, damn.
Someone's got a mosquito cannon over here.
Oof.
So I'm not sure that's a little weird, but...
Yeah.
The griefer, if you go ahead and kill somebody even though they don't want to fight you, they actively do not want to fight, that griefer is going to get a bounty on his head. And you can see the thing about this game is it's 4 times the size. The size. It's 4 times the size.
It's an absolute unit. I'm in awe of the size of this lad.
This game, it's 4 times the size of Fallout 4, but there are only going to be about 32 people in the game. So you're not going to run into people as often as people think that they're going to run into people. I said people a lot. Right?
Will there be people in the game?
There'll be people.
Oh, cool.
You'll be running into people. So
you can peep the people when you...
peeping people over there.
Yeah.
So anyway, you run into these people. Don't say people anymore. These individuals.
Yep. Folks.
And so if you grief and you kill people, all the people that show up on the fucking people.
Yeah. All the players
that show up on the map disappear for you. And you show up on their map as being, a griefer, and there's a bounty on your head. And get this, the bounty is paid out of your own caps if you're the griefer. So you'll be losing a lot of money. There's still going to be incentive for griefing. I mean, even because some people are just going to be like, I don't care, I'm just want to have fun bothering people.
Yeah, I mean, if I remember, like, in Skyrim and stuff, you got to that point where you could just be like, you had so much money or whatever, you could just be like, oh, you killed the guy, and they'd be like, it's 1,000 gold penalty, and you're like, yeah, I got that right here, hang on. Anyways.
You walk in and be like, some guy mouth off, you're like, it's worth it.
Yeah, that guy that's like, you ever been to the Cloud District? No, of course you haven't. As he's asking you in the Cloud District if you've ever been there. Yeah, I cut that guy's head off in every edition I play.
And then you just like turn around to the guard.
Yeah, they're like, oh, what the fuck? And you're like, dude, I'm Thane, and they're like, I don't know, and you're like, here's 1,000 gold, just shut up, man. And they're like, oh, cool, no lollygagging though.
Yeah, cut that out. I want all cops to be Oblivion guards. Right. Stop right there, criminal scum! Like, they all need to be Oblivion guards.
Like a cop pulls you over and just like goes and leans against the window, and he's like,
you've broken the law.
My cousin's out fighting dragons, but I'm stuck here on guard duty. And you're like,
oh, good.
I'm Thane, and they're like, oh, go about your business.
That'll be handy.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Fallout 76. In this article, they said that some of the cool ideas for encounters, right? Mm-hmm. And it got me thinking, like, this would be a pretty cool idea for an encounter. Like, imagine you're in the middle of nowhere, and you see another player, and you both agree to a conflict, but you're in, like, a big, abandoned area, a park, or, a city or something, and then you're, like, running around from window to window trying to snipe each other. That sounds like it would be a lot of fun, actually. Especially if you've got a couple friends and they've got a couple friends and you're just trying to take over a city. I'm thinking it's going to be fun, and we'll just see what Bethesda does about like putting it on their own platform or if they're going to allow it on Steam. it looks like they're sticking to their own platform pretty hard right now.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of companies are actually like trying to move away from Steam in order to just start their own platforms to sell. And I think it's because of the 30% cut that Steam takes for everything.
That's the rumor, Steve. No one's allowed to say exactly what it is. So you sign a contract, and if we put our game on Steam, we can't say what it is either. Mm-hmm. But I've heard it's around 30%, which is a big cut for a game. I think
for like a small company, that's a lot of money. Even if you're selling really well, 30% of something is like 2 employees or something. You know what I mean? Like depending on how.
I'm pretty sure no one's allowed to say like you have a contract there because Steam doesn't
30%.
It's So I think the other thing is that Steam does. It does a lot. They serve the games off their own servers, for downloads, and you can download them multiple times. They have, I guess, plenty of ability for matchmaking and like friend finding and stuff. Like with our game, we already have in Swordslinger, we already have Steam matchmaking working just fine. And if we want to do like, it's actually easier to do that than it is to do LAN gaming now. I mean, we got LAN gaming working, but it was easier to get the Steam stuff implemented. And then if we want to make it work on good old games and stuff like that, or GOG, we'll have to do something a little different. Anyway, speaking of old games, we're going into this for a minute.
Okay.
Have you guys ever played Daggerfall?
Yes.
Is our chat box coming up?
Yeah, it's coming up.
All right, good. So have you guys ever played Daggerfall? Anybody out there in the comments? You've played Daggerfall, right?
Yes.
So
a million
Daggerfall,
years ago.
Yeah. I tried to play it again last year, and it's really clunky. It doesn't use WASD.
Did it Daggerfall short?
The migraine just hit here. It hit here.
Yep.
It's in the eyes and the face area. Well, check this out. They being the guys over at Daggerfallworkshop.net, have been working on this game in Unity. So what they're doing is they take the core game and they've made tons of, upgrades and advancements, and they're using Unity as the new engine. So you can actually jump into the game. They've updated the control scheme. And what you do is you install the game first, which is now a free game. You can just go and download it. They actually have links right here to download the easiest version. And then you get into Unity, and you can use your mouse and your keyboard, and everything feels nice. And it's really nice. It looks nicer. You can even go so far as to add on some mods for depth of field and everything else, which is weird for a pixely game like this, but it actually looks pretty good. And my favorite thing so far is you can skip the starting dungeon that takes an hour to get out of when you first start the game. That's really annoying. You could skip out of that. It just throws you somewhere in the world because it's huge. And this is, in my opinion, where the Elder Scrolls really started. It started with Arena, but Arena was sort of a test for this game. And if you guys want to know where the Elder Scrolls came from, this is a good way to experience it without having to deal with the clunky old mechanics from the DOS days. But check out this. The magic is not fully implemented yet. So if you want to be a caster, maybe wait a little bit and don't start the main quest right out of the gate. Just play the game with the sword or something like that. You can play it that way. But if you want to be a caster, come back in maybe a couple of months. They're still working on it. So, yeah. All right, ready to get to our big topic?
Yes. Girls.
Don't play games with girls. They're made out of slime.
They have cooties, and you will die if you play a video game with them.
What's his? They've got ligma.
Yeah, ligma.
That's how he got ligma, and that's why he won't play with girls. So
he's
Ninja
suffering from ligma, guys.
He won't play with girls online because ligma is a deadly disease, and they all carry it. But and you can get it over the internet.
Yeah,
there he is, right there.
Look at that.
All right, we're going to talk about this for just a minute because I'm actually I've been trying to just leave stuff alone that bothers me. Just fuck it, let the world burn itself. I don't care. I'm having a lot of fun not caring. But this is something that I think is kind of important. Yeah. And here's why I think this is important, guys. If someone as big as Ninja goes online and makes a public statement about not playing with girls. His reasoning is that he doesn't want to start any rumors and that people are nasty and they're all going to be like, oh, you guys are fucking and all this kind of stuff. And they're just going to be despicable dudes. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't want to start that. So his option is to just completely not play with them. And I think that the real reason is probably because, he's married. He also has said somewhere that he wants to do this for the sanctity of his marriage and all that stuff. Ugh. Which screams to me okay, we've got some jealousy issues at home, and that's something you guys can talk to a therapist about, I'm sure, on your own time. But if you're not going to play with girls, Ninja, you are a major figure, the biggest person on Twitch right now. So there's a lot of people looking up to you. Also, you've made your platform a platform of positivity. And when you come out and say that you're not going to play with girls, you all of a sudden make it weird to play with girls because you are a figurehead. You are someone who's really an important people that a lot of people look up to. I keep saying people today.
You do.
So what you're going to do is you're going to send a message out there to all the other kids that, girls, it's not a good idea to play with girls because it's going to start rumors and people are going to be like, oh my God, are you dating? You should keep your mouth shut. And just, if you don't want to play with girls because you guys have insecurities at home, then that's your own fucking problem. And you should keep your mouth shut and just not say anything and just play with all guys and never make a statement about it because it's not our business. But now you've made it our business and you've made it weird for there to be girl gamers playing with guy gamers.
Yeah, this is how you get another generation of gamers that are like, when a girl says, oh, I like to play video games, and they go, oh, really? Then what's the starting town in Ocarina of Time? Like, like...
oh, yeah, the qualifying?
Yeah, like, this is just how you're going to make another generation of fucking morons.
Like, so, like, right here, Pistol's saying right here, if she stopped playing games with guys, she would have no one to game with. And there are a lot of girls out there that are, well, first off, there's this automatic stigma where, like, if you're a girl, you have to be really, really good or else guys are going to make fun of you. That's got to stop. What we need is someone like Ninja or someone in a position like that to play games with girls and just ignore the bullshit in the comments and just pretend that it is normal because it fucking is normal. You shouldn't even have to pretend.
How about you just play a game with another person and deal with it?
Yeah, just like this is another human that I happen to be gaming with.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. And I think it's complete bullshit that the media is covering this a lot, and I think it's complete bullshit that a lot of people are coming to his defense and being like, yeah, it's actually going to be bad for girls to be harassed because if they show their face, they're going to get harassed. Is that what you're saying? If they show their face, they're going to get harassed? Because that's fucked up. We need people to go on there and just do it and have it be normal so that the people, younger generations, will see it and just immediately start to think that there's no stigma, that it's normal, because I'm not sure where it all came from in the first place, but it's really pissing me off.
Yeah. Gaming is for everyone, folks.
Rant over.
Yep.
Sorry, Ninja, fuck you for this, for making it public. Keep it to yourself. If your wife's insecure, then you guys go have some therapy and shut up about it on the internet. We don't need to know about your personal problems at home. Was that a little harsh?
That was like a rant 5, Rant 05. Not a full rant 30, but it was close.
Yeah. Do you want this? Do you want a Google Assistant who recommends workout plans and meal plans?
I mean, like, I feel like I would still just ignore the hell out of it, but yeah, sure. Why not? That way I could at least feel like I'm trying to take healthy steps towards things, but ultimately it would just be like, you should eat this chicken, broccoli, and rice meal, and I'll be like,
I fucking
Google.
know that.
You're right, I should Google, but cheeseburgers are delicious, so,
I'm kind of like of two minds about this, because it is helpful to have someone telling you, hey, you can do this, you're all right, you should do a couple push-ups or whatever. It's good to have someone, like, telling you, and, like, a lot of people see an AI assistant as someone else.
Yeah.
They recently did a study that we could probably joke around about for a minute. They did a study recently that found that if a robot asked not to be turned off, that people had a very hard time turning it off.
Yeah.
The robot was like, please don't turn me off. No. Oh, God. Then people were like, oh, I can't turn off this robot now.
Yeah. Oh, it's got feelings all of a sudden somehow.
So if there's a robot helping you, maybe you'll I don't know. I want to know what people think in the comments here about this as well. But the other side of this thing is the reason Google's actually doing this is, Google, they're not motivated by wanting to help people unless it makes them money, right? So they are going to be selling your data on your food and your food intake and your workouts and all this stuff to whoever wants to buy it. Just watch it. Or they'll be using it for their own internal, like, buy Google protein. I don't know.
I guess for me, deep down, I don't need another piece of technology telling me I'm overweight. I guess like back in the Wii Fit days and stuff when they had like the Wii balance board and stuff. You could go on and if you like I tried that game once, and you go on, and you start, and you get on the thing, and it weighs you and stuff. And then the first thing that Wii Fit Trainer does is like, it seems to me that you're overweight. And it's like, oh, thank you, because now video games are going to tell me I'm a fat ass too. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And then you realize that like it's not, that they're not that they actually didn't do any they didn't actually take your weight. They just it's programmed. If it's sold in America, it automatically says
it's just
that.
like, well,
you're an
American, so chances are I got this accurate. Yeah.
There's like a 1 in 10 chance, and if you're actually in shape, you're fucking outside. We know you guys are fucked off outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be a lot of data, but I'm still the convenience factor is the thing that Google brings to the table there. So is it?
Yeah, that's what Google always brings to the table. Like,
is it like, do I want to?
Yeah, I got unlimited photo storage on my phone. They could see all my photos, but unlimited photo storage.
Yeah.
So like, that's all the photos I want to store for them to look at.
It's like a Google representative stands at the foot of my bed all night long while I sleep. But they also fold my laundry.
Yeah.
And they also, if the cat has a problem, it takes care of that. And then I wake up in the morning and never know it was there. So is that okay?
Yeah, it's like, we'll make you breakfast and dinner, but we just need to take a pint of your blood every day. That's it.
I mean, some people are going to be down for that. Some people are going to be like, sure. Is anybody in the comments here? Would anybody be like, yeah, that's fine. I'll give up all that stuff to Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, whatever.
Yeah. Guys, I think you guys should immediately stop everything you're doing. Look down on the bottom there. We've got some stuff that you can grab. Not below us. Okay. Yes. Facebook asks for blood type now? Facebook asks for blood type now.
I mean, like, in other cultures, though, like, blood type is in Japanese culture, like, blood type is, like, reflexive of your personality or something. So when you tell someone, like, oh, I'm blood type, they're like, oh, that means you're caring and nice and something.
I'm typo negative.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's getting long enough. Anyway, guys, go check out our mouse pads. They are the highest rated mouse pads on the entire internet in the history of the world. We could just say stuff like this in this.
Yeah.
And we get away with it because, if the boss and the president does it, we can say anything we want. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, pretty sure. So, guys, go there and check out our mouse pads and also some of our other stuff. Just like whatever's there. I don't know what we sell on our website. We got some shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, while I'm selling our stuff, Mr. Creep, I don't have his link up to his book, but his book is out.
Yeah.
You guys need to go buy it. I should see if we can sell them on the website. Yes. I think I need to do that. So, all right. What's next? Anything else next? I forgot what was next.
I don't know what's next.
I don't know.
Insomnia?
Oh, I was just looking at some games here.
You had that on there for you, man. You talk about you. That's you.
This is coming out next month, and I'm very curious about it. I've been looking for a new RPG to play. This one, I don't know if this is what I want or not, but does anybody know anything about Insomnia the Arc? Because I'm actually asking the audience right now, does anyone know more than I do about this game? It looks interesting. It's got a nice aesthetic. They call it a diesel punk game, but it kind of reminds me of Fallout. What?
Pistol.
Yes, put it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pistol.
Mr. Creeps,
guys,
I'm going to open this up.
We don't sell pants on Epic Pants because we don't want to promote people wearing pants. Plain and simple.
There, we totally went back over here. Here's Mr. Creep's book. This is going to be worth some money some days, guys, because Mr. Creep is going to be a known entity. You just wait. So get it signed with a sketch in the front. He'll actually open up the front and draw a sketch in there.
Yeah.
Priceless. I'm telling you right now. So yeah, thanks for the link, Pistol. Anyway, back to what was I on? Oh yeah, this game.
That's transmission.
Too many games here. I don't even. Guys, we're in a period of time here that in the future is going to be known as the Mad Carnival. And right now, the Mad Carnival is something that's been orchestrated by those up on the top, the ones we talked about last week. Now, they've orchestrated this thing where we've got a crazy clown running the whole show. And this clown is more dangerous than Pennywise. And now there's a bunch of stuff that always, it's not like
a lot of conspiracy theorists say that everything is planned and they act like everything has purpose. There's too much shit out there for that. What happens is some fluke will happen, like social media. And then they'll be like, wait a minute, that's something we can use as a tool to keep everybody sad and everybody stupid. So they start using that as a tool. And then Alex Jones shows up. He wasn't on the radar. And they're like, wait a minute, we need him in a different position. Right now, he's out there stirring up trouble. We need him stirring up trouble at the top. So they coordinated this effort to make sure Alex Jones was going to get removed from all the liberal media all at the same time. And then, guess where they put him? He is now a top secret advisor for none other than the President of the United States, Donald Trump. So now they got the mad clown and the mad idiot working together to make an ignorance, misinformation bubble of epic proportions. But it's all stuff that you and a lot of people out there might want to believe. Alex Jones was not a conspiracy theorist, he's an idiot. He's somebody who took facts, like the facts I'm spitting out, and then ignored them. His entire website was called InfoWars. It was a war on the actual info. We're here to give you the real info and the facts that he never would give him. But now he's got the president's ear, and that's just going to stir up more hate and trouble. And that is what happened to Alex Jones.
My God, that was coming from inside the building.
The transmission?
Yeah.
I think it was coming from here, maybe. Jesus, sweeping. Where were we? We were here, right? I think YouTube was about to tell us about Insomnia, the Ark, but I'm going to move on to the next thing on the list here, and this is something you can talk to us about, right?
Yeah, so...
Do we need to even talk about
I don't know. This is just more...
Everyone wants to be offended these days. Is that news? Hey, I've got some news. Ready? People are fucking offended.
What? What? I don't know about that. Why didn't it work that time? Oh, man, it doesn't work unless we're on main. And get that going.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know. I'm just playing around with the gifts now.
What have you pressed?
I pushed the Macho Man Randy Savage button that we came up with. Did you know we had one of those? Because we do.
Alex Jones is satire? Okay, if we know Alex Jones is satire, but a lot of people out there, like 40% of the population in the USA, don't know that Alex Jones is satire. I'm getting on Bill Cosby.
No.
It's satire, right?
No, yeah. There was an article about Bill Cosby that he was like, man, like, I don't know, if I have to be a registered sex offender, that's really gonna affect me and my family. Like I don't know. Like literally Bill Cosby's people were like, oh yeah, if we have to say that he's a sex offender, that's really gonna affect him and his family. Like, no fucking shit. That's the whole point.
How did we get into this?
Because you said Bill Cosby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about this or not?
No, we can move on.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, we're good.
Everyone's offended.
Pass.
Yeah.
Hard pass. So, and now another episode of why I'm going to buy Cyberpunk 2077. So they have said that there's going to be dynamic weather conditions confirmed in the game. That going to be.
How could there not have been? I mean,
right.
They keep releasing things that we know and we freak out.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this game will have characters.
Oh, I gotta buy it right now. It's going to take place in 2077,
featuring graphics. Yeah. Everyone going to the news, featuring graphics. Yep. The game will feature fucking graphics.
You will play as a character interacting with other characters.
News article. And yeah. But us at home just like, popcorn.
Of course, I got to pre-order it twice now.
Just eating candy bars, just waiting for it. More sugar, more
stack
sugar.
Of Kit Kats, counting down the seconds till Cyberpunk goes out.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why? Is that what you do, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, recently Emu Paradise, or MU Paradise, however you want to pronounce it, got kind of shut down. They kind of threw in the towel about it, that you can no longer download ROMs off of their website. And a lot of people have been getting pretty angry about that and about Nintendo kind of putting their foot down with all the ROMs and everything. And they're kind of saying, like, this is actually kind of destroying a gamer community. And the main argument here is that a lot of titles and stuff of like classic games and older games and stuff are either really hard to find because they're really obscure, they were sitting on some person's shelf and you can't find them anymore, or the only way that you can actually play them is by having access to an ancient console that is like super duper hard to find nowadays.
Right.
So in a lot of ways, they're saying that by taking away access to these ROMs, people aren't able to enjoy a lot of classic games that made them fall in love with gaming in the first place and stuff. Like they're denying them that because they don't have the means to be able to get them otherwise. And
but legally, the argument that Nintendo's hearing is people saying like, we love gaming and we want to preserve the history, so it's okay for us to steal. That's Nintendo. That's what they hear.
Yeah.
And, I mean, as the law is written right now, Nintendo is not doing anything wrong. They say up to $150,000 per trademark infringement, which multiply that by, I mean, you can start multiplying that by how many people have downloaded it. If you get creative, and it can be like, yeah, you guys have done a bazillion dollars worth of damage, you know.
But it's not like they're still selling these games. A lot of them, like I know some of them are available on like their markets and stuff like that in the Nintendo shop and stuff like that.
Nintendo did nothing wrong.
Yes.
It's a good t-shirt right there. If we make it, I'll give you the money.
I mean, like, a lot of these games have already more than paid for themselves and more than covered their production costs from when they were originally made.
Okay.
So, like, at this point, like, whatever.
Let's turn this around. You made a game, like
I did.
A big, beautiful game. 30 years later, people are downloading it for free on the internet. How do you feel?
Is there a easily accessible means of playing it otherwise?
Well, okay, just for the sake of it, let's say that you released the Justin System
Patent pending.
7, which is a small $100 console that came with this game and 10 others.
Way superior to the Justin System 6.
Yeah. So would you be mad if you had the Justin System 7 and you're just now putting it on the store shelves like Nintendo's doing with their Classic series? You've got the Justin Classic, that's what it is. The Justin Classic 7. And it's got like all the old games on it.
Justin themed games in one handy package.
It's got all your old Justin games on it.
Yeah.
Would you be mad 30 years later if you're...
I mean, if I'm still trying to actively sell the game, like, sure, I guess, kinda. But like, if I'm not still in the biz of making this game a cash cow for myself, then people are enjoying it. Who cares? Like,
it's hard to. I mean, it's okay. I think here's what I think. I think that we're finding that what just in time compilation. God damn it, YouTube.
Yes, the sequel to Just in Case.
Oh God.
The mystery solving game.
Yeah. I've lost my train of thought. Thanks, YouTube.
YouTube.
Why is the thing not on the top? The overlay needs to go up. Right?
I don't know, man. Because the GIFs have to be above that so we can see them when we're GIFing.
The chat's not showing up on the screen. Why is it not showing up on the screen?
It's right there on the screen.
There's the chat. YouTube is there. Okay.
See, it's right there on the screen.
Make it go away. So anyway, I think what we're seeing right now is like we may need to start looking at some of these laws and figuring out if there's a time period for games where they should become like a classic and then available as a historical
like a public
piece.
domain.
Yeah, and I think that right now with media in general, it's like way too long. You know, like and Disney keeps going and lobbying to make it even longer so that their classic characters can just always maintain that copyright. But there needs to be a new law. It's not going to happen, but that would be the nice thing because I don't think that the people who are going out and trying to download these emulators and ROMs are nefarious criminals going, let's get some ROMs, fellas. Let's break in and get these ROMs. Yeah. That's not what's happening. It's people who love
all
gaming.
the ROMs.
Yeah. I don't... Maybe they're taking money out of the pocket, but if Nintendo made the Classic and... there's also this website where you can go download it. I think a lot of those people are going to go buy the Classic anyway, even if you can get the stuff for free, because a lot of people don't want to build a Raspberry Pi machine. A lot of people don't want to deal with the headaches of emulating things on the computer. I mean, I don't mind it, but some people are like, you have to do all this nonsense and then do this and then make your controller work. No, I just want to plug in my Nintendo and go. Yeah. So there'll be a market for that. And some of the market will be people who are enthusiasts and are people who like to tinker and everything. They're going to get it anyway just because they want to be a collector. It's finally getting too hot.
Too hot for Kashmir. 38 minutes in. Too hot for Kashmir officially.
That's it. So anyway, yeah, I am gonna miss.
Yeah, this is just their Twitter after, so you can skip over. But
Emu Paradise.
Emu.
It's Emu Paradise.
Emu Paradise.
Emu, yeah, it's way better than Ostrich Paradise.
I used to live down the street from an emu ranch.
Really?
Yeah, those things are surly motherfuckers.
They are. They're little.
Yeah.
If you see an emu, and you do not think it's a dinosaur, let's fight in the courtyard tomorrow.
Yeah.
At sun.
They're dinosaurs.
Down. They are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
All right. What else is here on the list here?
So we're gonna see
your
what
inner
MIT
Italian
is working really hard on. MIT, working on solving the mysteries of life, like cancer research and how to break spaghetti in two without it cracking into a bunch of pieces. So they have discovered that you need to like twist it to 200 and something degrees, and then
Oh, here it is. They're twist.
Yeah.
So normally, what happens when you break a piece of spaghetti is
it just goes everywhere.
And even though they've postulated that if you
oh no, oh god, it hurts. Continue.
Oh no. So I'm not going to say that word ever again. If you bend it to a certain, angle, it should just snap in the middle, but it snaps into multiple pieces. Like, why does it do this?
Like,
why?
What's wrong with you, pasta? Why can't you just pasta?
Yes, but you have to. If you twist it 270 degrees and then bend it, the snapback is what makes it break. As it snaps, the aftershock.
Yeah. So twist the spaghetti at 270 degrees before slowly bringing the two ends together, and your spaghetti will neatly snap in two.
We were
some of the best minds at MIT worked on this, guys.
We were so worried about if we could do it, we didn't stop to ask if we should do it.
God, there's going to be so much pasta being cooked now.
You shouldn't snap your pasta. You need, it won't curl on your fork correctly. What kind of a heathen snaps their pasta in the first place? Do you snap pasta?
No.
Why are they?
I have a pot that's big enough to put pasta.
I want to know what kind of low-class individuals at the MIT have published this paper in the National Academy of Sciences. What kind of low-class jackass is trying to snap pasta in the first place?
Those sons of bitches.
Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. In the words of Malcolm.
Yeah.
Science has gone too far. Yes, it has, Pistol. There we go.
This man has taught us anything. It's how to look good laying down in the back of a truck. But also, just because we can doesn't mean we should.
All right. What is next on the list here?
Oh, okay. So, this is actually a little article, and then there's a link to it right after that's to the actual comic itself. But Phil McAndrew, who is a comic artist and stuff, has made this whole comic series defending why Dungeons and Dragons actually has a lot of potential to be used in classroom environments. So he went around and met with all these different teachers and all these different counselors and stuff like that have been implementing D&D in all kinds of various after school programs and even during school programs, and using all the different elements and stuff to actually build better learning environments through killing ogres.
I mean, you could just completely remove algebra from schools if you're playing second ed and just have THAC-O.
Yeah.
And there's everything. It's like x equals negative b plus or minus square root, and that's how you figure out.
THAC-0?
THAC-O, man.
Yeah.
THAC-0?
Yeah. So, but they've been, this whole comic justifies how there's, not only just math and collaborative problem solving, but it also teaches you how to do things like research. It teaches about mythology, because a lot of D&D lore is rooted in a lot of different mythologies from actual real mythologies and things like that. It teaches collaborative problem solving. It teaches working together. All these kind of things are all stuff that a lot of schools are working really hard to be well, how do we teach kids to work together without actually taking time out of our precious schedules here to teach them to work together? And they're finding that D&D actually can cover a lot of those things in a lot better way than other systems can.
What is this creep doing up here? I mean, he's saying something nice, but
that's one of the teachers discussing. Yeah,
I don't know. It looks like a floating head monster.
You gotta look at the whole comic.
No, it's a floating head monster. I've decided. Yeah. I don't care what it's saying. I don't trust it.
College is min-maxing IRL.
That's pretty good. So, do you guys think that D&D should be part of the curriculum, or maybe role playing in general?
Yeah.
Do you want to bring Satan into children's lives? Is
yes,
that what you're
absolutely.
saying? All right.
Yeah. especially in Arkansas.
D&D is now mandatory in Arkansas. I don't know, because if it should be... I think it'd be cool to have an hour of role-playing because it gets your creative stuff flowing, and fewer kids nowadays are developing the capacity for abstract thought. A lot of it's because the test systems in school are all about, memorization, and the children are actually what gets left behind because the schools are busy trying to get the high scores so that they can be like, look how good our school is. We achieved this. So they just teach a bunch of memorization.
Yeah,
not a lot of creativity because they just need to score those right. They teach the test questions.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, like I used to work in the Massachusetts school system, and I can tell you, like, all they do now is teach children how to pass the MCAT tests. That's all they teach them. Things like for some reason science went from being a class that I used to take every single day when I was in school to now being a once a week activity that kids do opposite art, gym, reading, like library time, and like things like that, and music.
Hunt2 Man, thanks for subscribing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just not a lot of creativity, so we've got to I guess we don't have to do anything. We could just leave them behind.
Yeah. I mean, there's also like this whole thing too where they're having a lot of problem in schools with like kids actually being able to cooperate with each other and stuff, because they're finding now that as in earlier ages that they have to make kids learn things about, like, to test and stuff like that. Like in kindergarten, they're now teaching kids like you have to be able to do your ABCs, write your name, and be able to do a bunch of other stuff now that you never had to do in kindergarten before, because kindergarten was supposed to be like teach you how to interact with all these people that you're going to be spending the next 12 years with, basically. So now they're moving all that part out to actually teach them
so they can get ready for those tests.
Yeah, so they can get ready for those tests starting from kindergarten. So now they're not actually focusing on having any sort of social skills. And by the time they're getting into high school and stuff, they're being like, wow, everyone's just an asshole to each other. We have no idea why.
Thanks for the follow. Anybody out there got kids in school? How do you guys feel about this? What do you guys think? Curious. There's another thing about that.
Yeah, that's the full comic right there.
Oh, yeah. So, guys, we're going to give you a link to the full comic soon.
Yeah, but it's a pretty extensive comic.
Yeah. This guy does a really good job of drawing people that look really creepy. Like when he draws himself, he looks the big eyes and the scraggly facial hair.
Yeah,
and it makes him look creepier than he really is. Sorry, but guy, maybe you're nice. I don't know.
Been following for a while, wanted to see what animation would pop up. Yes, it's like Tubular, Radical, or that stupid zombie, depending on what
you unfollowed and followed again
just to see.
Mediocre.
Yeah.
All right. This is an overreaction article here that we're going to talk about.
I mean, we already kind of talked about that a little bit earlier.
Yeah, we did. So. Really, Steam is going away because every publisher has their own distribution system.
Everyone's like chicken littling that the sky is falling because Fallout 76 isn't going to be on Steam. So
no, every game. Oh my God! It'll be like back in the day when you bought a game and just installed it on your computer. But no, it's not going to be like that. Everyone's going to have their own damn program.
This article's like it's going to be a who's who of a no man's land of who wants to have their own thing to gaming platform and stuff. And pretty soon your desktop is going to be filled with like 18 different gaming launching platforms because nobody wants to be with Steam anymore. And
yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's pretty much all we got there. Oh, guys,
I'm Megadeth. Woo.
Head over to Humble Bundle right now. We have a link in the description for Humble. If you guys go down to the bottom, there's a link in the description for Humble Bundle. Or the description, or whatever. What do they call this area under the video on Twitch? It's not description anymore. It's
the nether regions.
Just go ahead and click on the Humble Bundle thing because you can get Orwell right now for free.
Yes, for like a
few hours.
Yeah, like 10 more, 15 more hours or something like that.
17
more hours. Orwell is free. I've never played Orwell, but now I'm going to because I got it for free.
Note WD-40 on that chair. Yeah, there it was. Yeah.
That's
wonderful.
Sound only a mother could love.
If a mother could love.
Yeah.
Mothers don't love. That was an awful thing to say. What do you got? What do you got? All right.
I'm just playing.
Yeah. I mean, you only have 4 on there?
Yeah, the other ones I tried loading up earlier were like getting all weird. And they kept on like pausing on the screen and they wouldn't play over again, so yeah.
That one's pretty good, yeah.
I love the Dragon one.
This is serious business, guys.
This is serious business.
All right, throw a few questions in there. We'll answer some questions right now.
Yeah, anyone got questions for us?
Don't love it. It's the truth. I know maybe it's a lie. Just because I was thrown down the stairs doesn't mean that everyone was thrown down the stairs.
Buddy,
I'll be okay in a minute. I just need attention right now.
Okay, well, everyone all eyes on Ward right now. Someone needs a bottle.
Somebody help me.
100, eh?
All right, anybody got any questions?
Hi, Dan.
Throw
18.
us questions and we'll answer
My
a
name
few.
is Justin. Hi. Yes.
Hutch 2.
Yeah, I accept Hutch 2. Or Justin. Whatever.
Bourbon or Scotch Irish whiskey?
His name is Blue Jacket.
What?
His name is Blue Jacket.
Blue Jacket. All right. Which watch? Bourbon is. I think bourbon is the smoothest and the most flavorful. But sometimes I'm in the mood for a nice complicated Scotch, but not too peaty. Can't handle them. Like a Lagavulin is maybe a bit over unless I've already had a couple bourbon to start. Irish whiskey, only if I'm in an Irish pub and they don't have anything else. I'll probably go for a beer instead, though.
I like bourbon, personally, but my favorite drink is a John Daly, which, if you don't know who John Daly is, he was a golfer who was known more for his rampant alcoholism than he ever was for his golfing. And so his drink is an Arnold Palmer, again, another golfer, with bourbon mixed into it. So lemonade, iced tea, and bourbon, and it's just fucking delicious.
Someone asked me about the Batushka Band. I listened to them a little bit last night because like 3 people have already asked me about them, and I don't have an opinion just yet.
Ooh. Has anyone else watched Disenchantment yet? Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Netflix Castlevania Season 2 trailer, which I have not seen yet.
I have not watched it yet either.
I'll watch it soon. The first one was pretty good. Trevor was not a bad. I mean, it was just fun to watch. It was more of a spectacle. I didn't think the plot, I didn't think the script was very good, but it was very pretty.
The only thing that I was really upset about with the first Castlevania was that right when it started getting good, that was the end of the first season. Like they were like, I was like, oh, finally, it's picking up. Yes, and
Yeah,
that
I was actually about to. I was getting into this.
Yeah.
All right. So
but has anyone watched Disenchantment yet?
Disenchantment?
Yeah. Anyone?
No one's woken up yet. The reviews on it are kind of mixed. They're kind of Well, it's like if it's not the thing about Disenchantment is if it's not a perfect 10, it's a failure.
Yeah, they hold Matt Groening into like really high standards for everything because he's made so many iconic series and stuff that it's like,
yeah, like people are like, my face didn't get blown off. This sucked.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen it, so maybe it does suck. But a lot of people are
I
complaining
watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay,
so yes, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
the new show called Disenchantment. It's by some of the same guys who did Futurama, some of the same writing team. Yep. And it's set like in a medieval time.
Yeah, it's set in a fantasy world. It's basically they've done present, they've done the future, and now they're doing like past fantasy kind of stuff. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. I wasn't like, Simpsons in their prime tier, and it wasn't like Futurama in their prime tier. But I think a lot of people are getting upset with it because when people were talking about it and stuff, they were like, oh man, it's Futurama, it's medieval Futurama. They kept on putting the word Futurama in it, and so like people had this like really high standard in their brain where Futurama was at, and so when it didn't automatically peak as high as Futurama did right off the bat, people were like, well, it's terrible. Fuck it.
I haven't seen Futurama, so I don't know. I've seen like all the clips and bits and pieces, and I know all the memes. Yeah. But that's all it is for me. I feel bad. I didn't like The Simpsons, so I kind of skipped Futurama. But yeah,
I like The Simpsons.
It's like, all right, I've seen 1 full episode of The Simpsons and then a million clips.
Yeah,
and that's about it. Couple more questions here, guys. We got time.
Yeah, we do.
Anybody else? Should we also play that game we've been so fond of?
I can. I don't have my blinder.
You don't have your blinder? Yeah. That's all right. We don't have to play the game. We don't have to play the game today. One more question, and then we're going to be good for today. Yeah. Somebody else throw out a question in there.
Anything.
Better be a good one, or I'll kill you with a weapon.
Yeah. And then I will bring you back to life with dark necromancy, and then Logan will kill you again with a separate weapon.
Oh, that's good. I enjoy that. I'll kill him harder the second time.
Yeah. I'm like Bryce. That's what I do. I have Futurama on as my like. Instead of listening to music, I have Futurama
Favorite weapon? That's a good one.
Video game or IRL?
What are we asking there for?
For favorite weapon.
Favorite weapon game?
Favorite
Okay,
video
yeah,
game
yeah.
weapon? Okay, favorite video game weapon.
Video game weapon? Mm-hmm. Super shotgun from Doom 2.
Yeah. What's your favorite IRL weapon?
It's just that heavy. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite. It's just so much fun. Favorite in real life weapon? Just a bow staff.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sweet with the bow staff.
Pretty sweet with it.
Pretty sweet with fucking Napoleon Dynamite. He ruined it for me because I was like using a bow staff at that point in my life frequently. I used to walk around on the golf course with the bow staff because that's what you do, right? Since I'm white and don't have to worry about going to jail for carrying around weapons on golf courses at 2 a.m, I would literally go out on a golf course that was near my house and just walk around spinning this bow staff everywhere. Then a security guard would come up and be like, "Get out of here!" And I'd be like, "No." And then I'd just be
try and stop me, security guard.
Spinning this thing, and he'd be like, "Come on, man." And I'm like, "I'm an asshole.
Fuck you, Rent-A-Pig.
I'm 18 years old. This is what I do." Yeah.
No, we're not going to PAX.
No.
No.
Okay, your favorite video game weapon?
Favorite in-game weapon is the Wabbajack. Because I like anything that causes chaos and, like, unpredictability in an otherwise predictable environment.
That's
so
what we do here for a living.
Yeah.
Hey, IRL. Don't say Naginata.
No, I'm not going to say that.
There'll be some knocking later for this.
Favorite IRL weapon? Man, that's...
A glaive.
I mean, glaives are pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll go with the glaive.
Or a halberd.
You like pole arms.
I do like pole arms. I think a
halberd.
Halberton.
All right, I think we've
we've
answered enough questions, I think.
No, we're not going to PAX.
No, not going to PAX.
Just as guilty. That guy actually me. That's actually.
You just got actually by Tamber King.
Man, thanks, Tamber.
You got actually. Nice.
We
We should keep an actually tally from when we're doing the show. Like, how many times do we get actually?
Tamber, get us a bunch of cool stuff while you're there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, some swag is cool, but
yeah. Game dev update. Game dev update is
video editing person. Excuse me. So what happened?
It says meme lord underneath in the description there, Pistol. So is that acceptable as well? Or
her name is video editing person, but her title is meme lord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here is video editing person, the meme lord.
Game development update. So this weekend, we were able to get the characters running around in the levels, and stuff does damage now. Like, we can hit stuff and it does damage. The thing that we're trying to work on the most before we get like a little cheesy demo out there is the throwing mechanism or
The actual
mechanics.
slinging, yeah.
Yeah, we got to get the sword slinging. But right now we're trying to sling this Zweihander. And we want it... See, the thing is I'm picky. I want it to be a physics-based item. So, like, if you're standing against a wall and you sling the sword into the wall, it's going to bounce off and hit you in the head. And it's going to hurt you. So, I'm working with Christian, and Christian's like, if we just made this a projectile and not a physics-based item, it'll be way easier because the Zweihander is so big that when you throw it, it immediately hits the ground and starts bouncing in all directions. Mm-hmm. So we've got to, figure out how to make it so that it doesn't, it comes up a little bit, fix the gravity on that, fix the collision detection and stuff. Yeah. So that it's not just bouncing all over the place and hitting the wrong things. The small sword, you can throw that one and it'll work, but we haven't got that one finished. We were focusing on the big Zweihander. So we've got the speed of the game feels right. The levels feel right. The climbing mechanic feels right. I think the movement, we got that feeling pretty good except for the jumping. He's still Peter Pan to the ground for some reason. We've messed with the gravity so much, and there's some other variable that we haven't fucked with yet that's like making it float a little bit, but yeah.
He can do it, you guys.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I think the game's going to end up being a lot of fun just because running around in the game feels right. The Zweihander
An arc
so we
instead of straight.
Yeah, we tried to do an arc throw, and we didn't have a lot of time, so we only spent like an hour on it. The arc throw worked a little better, and it works great if you jump and throw it. That works perfectly. But the arc throw, it works and it arcs down, But we have to figure out where to make it initiate, because right now when it initiates, if you do an arc throw, it like looks like it's throwing up too high when you first start. But that's what we're gonna do.
And we've been practicing using real weaponry.
We've actually been running around the office.
Yeah,
with this
we've
thing,
been running around the office with this thing trying to use it, but we've also been throwing this outside down the street, which apparently they frown upon. So we're really having trouble with physics because every time we go outside and throw a sword, people get upset.
Yeah, but again, they come up and look at us and they're like, skin color check. Oh, you guys are idiots. Just get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, you wacky white dudes.
Get out of here, white dudes.
Oh, you guys.
So, I mean, in America, you can get away with anything. I mean, even murder. Really, murder.
Yeah. Or colluding with enemy countries.
Colluding and murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doom Eternal gameplay? It looks like more Doom, sure. Portland matches, but
Portland machetes. You guys, machetes, if you it doesn't matter if you're from Portland or not, follow the Twitter PDX alerts. Half of the alerts on there have the word machete in them. For some reason, people in Portland just have too much access to machetes and just love to walk through the street.
Yeah,
saying crazy things and brandishing machetes.
I thought Florida Man was a lot of fun, right? You know, if you guys are on Twitter or Reddit or whatever, and you follow Florida Man, you'll always see like, man fucks crocodile while trying to eat baby at the same time. You'll see that all day long, just posted. And that stuff is almost disgusting. And yay, Timmy! What's up? Thanks, man. Anyway, if you look at like Florida Man, and it's a lot of it's like really fucked up, but also tragic. But then you look at like the stuff that goes on in Portland. We're done to Florida Man. Portland is so much nerdier. It's like man with saber in parking lot screaming, "I own the village," and attacking cars that go by. You'll see stuff like that all the time in Portland. That was like actually almost something that I read verbatim from the PDX Alerts Twitter account. I could bring it up as a matter of fact. Yeah. Wonder if anything going on today.
Do you want a sub or do you want a donation?
Says who?
Timber King? I don't know.
I mean, whatever's cool for you, man.
Yeah, you do you.
Yeah, whatever you think is cool. Thanks a lot, man. I mean, the best thing that I always say is to check out the store, because then you can get something for you while also, helping us pay our bills and not starve to death, since we don't have... This is our real job, I guess.
Sometimes.
But yeah, man, whatever you want to do, man. Actually, $2,000 unmarked bills better be in that fucking mailbox when I get there.
Yeah.
Because
non-sequential.
Because me sitting here means that I'm entitled to it. You better believe it.
Yeah. So,
PDX alerts. Grab it.
There we go. Ka-chunk.
Is that the sound that makes me click?
Yeah, ka-chunk. Right. These things.
Anything good on here?
I see the word machete already.
Where do you see machete?
Report of a male who came out of the bushes yelling he had been stung by bees and was carrying a machete. Caller thought it should be checked.
That doesn't sound too bad. I mean, if I got stung by a bee, you better believe I'd be there with a machete, be like, "I'll kill your family." I will find you.
Report of a male with either knives or screwdrivers in his hand, stabbing at passing cars. Guys, Wolverine is loose in Portland.
Oh yes, PDX alerts is gold. I want to find machete one more time. How far do we have to go? Here we go. There's another knife and a let's see here. Officers updated seeing the knife.
Female is now chasing male with a belt.
These are, I mean, sometimes you'll see something awful on here, but like compared to like Florida Man, this is pretty harmless stuff. Thanks for the subscription, John Good.
John
Good. What's this guy up to?
I don't know.
Oh, that makes me sad. He sexually assaulted somebody.
No, that's not funny.
Get him. What's this guy?
Oh, that guy was throwing trash can lids at cars and yelling in the middle of the street.
Oh, the drugs are good here.
Yeah.
Come to Portland. The drugs are the best. Oh, God.
All we'll do if you walk out in the street on drugs with a machete is humor you. Like,
so I don't get to see this stuff. I haven't yet to see this stuff.
Thanks for the sub, Timber.
And it's like, maybe some of it happens near me, but I never get to like see it firsthand. Except for the first day that I got here, I was driving down the road and had to stop because a girl ran out wearing a bikini bottom and like tape on her nipples, beating somebody with a lightsaber. But they were having fun. But I actually had to stop my car in the middle of the road, and I was like, okay, I'm in Portland now. I guess that this is okay. And there was like some dude ran out with like long hair and like he was like ha ha, like hitting her with a lightsaber, and I'm like, sure, great, it's wonderful. I like it here. Sure. I mean, I stopped my car for it. I don't care.
Yeah, right. Welcome to Portland.
I feel like there must
crazy
be
here.
I feel like there must be one more good one in here.
Yeah, like sometimes the they say like the keep Portland weird is like the motto, but sometimes I think it should be like keep Portland a hot mess.
Keep Portland Portland's not that weird, really.
No, but we're definitely a hot fucking mess.
It's a Portland to keep Portland a mess. If you're British and you show up here, then everything will be, oh, this is just a mess.
Oh, but this is a mess.
What a hot mess. Do they say hot mess in the UK?
I don't know.
Or do they just say mess?
Anyone in the UK say hot mess?
A shield and a Zweihander? You could have in our game right now, the character's carrying around a shield and a Zweihander because we haven't taken the shield off.
What does the bottom of my shirt say?
What?
Let me put this.
Put the sword down.
It says 100% mithril cotton, adamantine threading, dragon blood ink, elvish sweatshop free.
That's all the things.
Yeah.
How many cool things are they gonna put on that shirt?
It's a nerd reference shirt.
Do you get it all with like lots of things?
I don't know.
I want to see one more machete.
We're gonna look really hard to find a machete. It'll be like 1 of 37,000.
I just one of 2 on this page. Here we go. Portland police to the Wyncote Northeast 102nd report of a male with a knife threatening the manager. Male is now outside. There's a machete in his backpack. Said the cops are going to have to shoot him. Uh-oh.
God, Portland.
All right, everybody. Yeah. Are we done?
I think we're done here.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything? Anything else you guys need?
Thanks for goofing off with us for another. Thanks for this
serious business.
Yes, thanks for the serious business meeting.
So enjoy your weekend.
Or else.
Yeah.
All right, bye, everybody.
Whatever.